Hey everybody, happy Friday. It is Faithful Friday. I mean, you should be faithful every day, but we're just trying to be cute with the F and F, right? So welcome to my channel. If you're coming back to my channel, welcome back to my channel. This is More Than Borderline with B. That's me. I'm B. And I am here today because I really want to talk to you about the latest breakthroughs when it comes to mental illness like borderline, anxiety, depression, OCD. Like seriously, my dog is like flipping out. You can't even see her, but like you're about to see her butt in the air. See that? Okay, I'm back. I don't know if there'll be more puppy interruptions. Very unpredictable. However, so I had been really praying that God would show me how I could help people that I love that are just spiraling because the system is so broken, and all the meds and the counseling are all good. But you guys know I've shared with you, I've done all of that. I've done the TMS, I've done the stellar ganglion blocks, I've done EDMR, and it has been helpful, but it's still just really, really hard, and especially dealing with other people I love who have mental illness. So came across this a few times on the internet and finally decided that I felt like God was like, you really need to do this, because there is now a science that is called brain mapping and neurofeedback. And we tried this with one of my loved ones, and the change in her is undeniable. It's undeniable. Not only because of how she's acting and her outlook on life, but because you can literally see it, because they scan your brain and they tell you what's going on in your brain. And it's not a CAT scan. It is like almost like putting a swim cap on your head, and then they are reading your output. So the reality is that our brains are computers and they're putting out waves. So they read the waves that are coming out, and each wave does something different and controls something different in your brain and in your body. And they now can say, okay, your brain is too high here, too low here, not getting enough sleep, or, stuck in fight or flight mode. And we can fix it with something called neurofeedback. Now, whether it's going to be perfect ultimately, what do I know? But I've seen enough change in my loved one that I decided that I was going to start today. So here's my brain map. Now, all the red and all the blue and all the orange are bad. The green and the white are good. So the first two, the delta are the slow waves. The delta waves, they're restorative. It's when you get your deep sleep. It helps with your immune support. It is hormone regulation. And then there's the theta waves, which help with like bonding and emotional connection with people, creative processing. Now, I don't have a problem with those things. And I do have autoimmune disease, but that is because my body is stuck in fight or flight mode, and that causes inflammation. So those two areas are actually good for me, which the doctor said the only time I'm okay is when I'm asleep. It's the only time my brain is okay. The other waves where you start seeing all that blue. So that blue, when it's low like that, that means internalized anxiety, difficulty calming down and relaxing, difficulty dealing with negative emotions, and basically your brain doesn't have any brakes on it, okay? So then when you go to the faster waves, the beta wave shows you that your brain is basically, when it's red like that, is going like 90 miles an hour. So that has to do with anxiety, obsessive thinking, insomnia, moodiness, excessive worry, headaches, okay? So then when we go to the next waves, those high beta waves, those have to do with my PTSD, that fear. It causes anger, migraines, headaches, and muscle pain in the shoulder and back, and basically because your body is just stuck in fight or flight mode. So basically my brain is really, really bad. Like, it's up there with as bad as it could be. I don't even know what it would look like if I hadn't done everything I had done. But so now I'm going to show you how they help bring your waves down when they're too high and make them come up when they're too low. So the reality is that right now my brain is going 90 miles an hour and I have no brakes on my car. You know what I mean? And so it's very, very hard. It's a lot of work for me every day to still try to be there for people and love on people and not make their stuff become my stuff. So if I'm going to be a mental health crisis coach, which is what I told you guys I'm studying to do right now, I'm going to have to be able to not bring everybody's stuff home with me and make everybody's stuff my stuff and not think about everything that's going on all night long, which is what goes on now, right? So this was my first treatment today. You can choose the different screens that you look at. Yes, it looks like I'm playing a video game, but the remote control is my brain. So there's a sensor on each ear, so one for each ear. And then there's a sensor that they placed on the back of my brain. Now, where they place that other sensor is going to depend on what part of your brain they are working on at that time. So they were working on my alpha waves today, that blue part I showed you. So they put the sensor back here. So it's not putting anything into your head. It's not causing any kind of radiation. But those waves that are coming out of your head, it's reading them. It's telling the screen is set at what's too high and what's too low. You can only move your brain so much at like 1 to 2% at a time, I believe. You can't fix it all at once. You have to bring it down slowly or bring it up slowly, right? So like most changes, you kind of have to do it gradually. So essentially, as my brain, when you're watching the video and you see it start to go dark and you see the butterfly stop or you see the plane stop, that is when my brain is not performing correctly. In this case, it's going too low. So it slows down. Your brain doesn't like that. Your brain is literally the smart part of you. The same way you're playing any kind of game, you don't like losing because your brain doesn't like losing. It's the brain that doesn't want to lose. It wants to be right. It wants to be smart. It wants to learn. So when the waves are going too low right now, everything gets stopped completely. Brain will readjust and go up. And then as it flies, your brain is learning, oh, I need to be up here to get rewarded. That's the right place to be. And every time they move you up a little more, a little more, a little more, then they're going to move, because first they have to get my brakes working in order to slow the speed down, because they can slow the speed down, but without brakes, even going at all without brakes is not going to work. So next they'll be moving to the red, where it's all red, and they'll be working on that. So I'm going to keep you guys updated as I'm doing these treatments. Right now I'm just tired. I was tired. Like I was trying not to fall asleep during it, and I was exhausted by the end, which is crazy. Like your brain gets a workout. But I'm looking forward to any kind of relief. Like I don't necessarily expect to be perfect, but I can see the improvement in my loved ones, and I've seen the testimonies of others. So I'm just ready to share whether it works for me, whether it doesn't work for me. I'm not getting paid by them, so I'm going to be honest. But if it does work for me, we're going to figure out how everyone who needs it can get it, because we need to not just keep going to people who are going to guess what's wrong with us and be like, you just need to work harder. If my brain is going 90 miles an hour and I have no brakes on it, it doesn't matter how hard I work. That's not true. Let me retract that. Obviously, all this work I've done is paid off, because a lot of people with borderline do not function as well as I do. But I give all that glory to God, because I stay in His Word, I stay in prayer, I stay in worship, and I know that grounds me and helps me. But it's still hard and it's still a struggle, because the reality is that the muscle called my brain is broken, and this can help fix it. And that is amazing. And I'm so excited. And to me, it's an answered prayer. And this place is actually an organization that not only do they love God in this organization, but they help treat human trafficking victims. They help treat foster care victims as a part of a ministry for free. So I know that this has been proven to work, and I might need 50 treatments. I don't know. But they've made it affordable enough that I'm going to do it. Besides the fact that I'm not going to put a price on my well-being, and And right now it's like I live in a scary movie. And if I can come out of that and just calm, which when I got the stellar ganglion block the first time, it backfired. But when they fixed it after that, I did have that sense of calm. And I almost like, is this what it's like to feel normal? And I think it lasted a couple weeks, and then more trauma came and my body just went back to what it knew. But stellar ganglion block only blocks what's going on for so long, and you've got to work through it before it wears off. So the reality is that's not what this is. This is retraining your brain. And when you have borderline, your brain needs to be retrained. So I'm super excited for all of you who deal with any kind of mental illness that may have a chance to feel normal. So I will keep you updated. I will let you know. I know this doesn't seem like as much about God because I'm sharing, but I believe God brought this. I believe God is using this as a ministry to help heal people. And I give him glory for all of that. And I will keep you guys updated with how each treatment goes, how I feel. And in the meantime, try to be a better person today than you were yesterday, and a better person tomorrow than you were today. And make sure to cherish each moment because you don't know how many you have. God bless.